I'd like to introduce Neil from England, who has multiple sclerosis. Welcome, Neil.
Hello.
Could you tell me when you first started to notice MS symptoms?
I first started to notice my MS symptoms possibly, I think it's around 24 years ago, and didn't take a lot of notice of them because men don't take any notice of things that aren't quite right. But then possibly 16 years ago, it then impacted on me. I woke up one morning with a dead leg and didn't know quite what it was about, and after a couple of days went to the doctor. Doctor did some checks, did some tests, put me on ibuprofen, then did a few more tests, and eventually sent me for tests at the hospital, which with lumbar puncture, etc., and which then confirmed that I'd got multiple sclerosis.
Mm-hmm. And how did that impact on you, being diagnosed?
Hit me a bit like a brick wall. It's something you don't expect it to be. And after working with somebody who actually had MS, I knew what I was going to face probably. And the first thing that actually hit me, I know it might sound strange, was I just thought that my daughter, who was only about 3 at the time, I thought I might never be able to walk her down the aisle if she gets married, and that's what hurt me the most, that I could would eventually end up in a wheelchair probably, and I wouldn't be able to do the things that I'd like to do as a dad.
Mm-hmm. And how long did it take you to find LDN?
I found LDN, well, I didn't find it. I heard about it when Dr. Lawrence it was announced in the press, and which was about 5 years ago now, and went to my doctor, and they just doctor and consultant weren't interested in it, so I walked away from it because I didn't know where to go. But my wife found it again on the internet, which was more than likely your trust site, and again printed the letter off saying that it should be able to be prescribed by the doctor. Both doctor and consultant said, no, it's not proven, it's rubbish, we can't do anything for you, and the PCT won't sign it off anyway. So that's when I phoned the MS Society and they put me in touch with you.
Mm-hmm. So you gained a prescription, I'll say that a bit again. So you obtained a prescription privately?
Yes.
Okay. So when you first started, did you get any introductory side effects?
No, I had no side effects whatsoever. I've had nothing from it that has been a down. Everything I've had from taking LDN has been 100% positive.
Mm-hmm. But before you started LDN, if you had to rate your quality of life from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, what would you have said your quality of life was?
I'd say it varied. Like with MS, it varies from day to day. But I'd say on average, my quality of life was 7 out of 10.
Right.
No. I'm sorry. I don't mean that. I mean 4 out of 10.
Okay. I'll ask you again, and then that bit can cut out.
Yeah.
So what would you say your quality of life was like before LDN on a score of 1 to 10?
I'd say 4 to 10. 4 out of 10 before I started it.
Okay. And what would you say your quality of life is now?
9 out of 10.
That's amazing. What symptoms would you say LDN has helped with?
It has helped with, the first thing is, it cleared the mind or brain fog. I didn't realise how I was living in a world that was just in a haze, and within a couple of days of taking it, all of a sudden the lights all came on, and it was just like the the mist on the inside of your windscreen in the winter when you get in when you're wet, and you put the blowers on and it all clears, and that's how I felt that my life had changed. It aided my walking abilities considerably. I don't use my stick as much nowadays, and I was looking to be going into a wheelchair more than I would be. But now I get about. I still get good days and bad days, but I get about so much better. I have no problem, and I can climb upstairs. I can get into my loft. I can do so much more than I could do 6 months ago.
Goodness me. Let's hope that bit can be taken out. So you'll be walking your daughter down the aisle after all?
Yes, I hope so. Yes, I hope I will be.
How old is she?
She's 20 in September.
Oh, right. Okay. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think she's intending to get married yet, though. Which would be no. I don't want to push her away. No. But no, I'm happy that my life has changed so dramatically for going on the LDN. I can't describe how different I feel.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say to other people who are contemplating trying LDN?
Go for it as fast as you can, because it's just I find it a remarkable drug. As I said, it's difficult to describe how I feel. I feel so much more positive about life now, and I would actually like to go and find myself a job now and stop working for myself, because I feel more confident that I could work for somebody without there being a problem. I carried on working for myself when I was diagnosed because I didn't feel that I should work for somebody else, because I wouldn't be able to put in 100%. And so, yeah, now I would actually be happy to go and get a job and work.
Good.
If that happens, is another matter.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your story with us, Neil. I really do appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.